Hello, good evening, everyone. Tonight I want to talk about the book we're reading for our Book to Action events. The book is They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. You may know him for his role as Hikaru Sulu in the TV series Star Trek. Tonight will have been our last book discussion group meeting, but with everything that is going on, we had to postpone and reschedule a few of our last events. So once we have, a date for those events, we'll post that information on our social media. So just keep looking on our social media and on our website. So let's get back to that book. They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. It was published 2019 by IDW Publishing. So I'm going to show you our digital copy, our ebook. I'm going to show this through our Libby app. I want to mention it is a graphic novel. So for those who have never read a graphic novel, this is a great book to start reading graphic novels. It will give you a new experience. And for those who read graphic novels already, it's a great story. The subject matter it's difficult. It's about Japanese American incarceration during World War II. So the illustrator, the author, they made a great job at making this a book that you can enjoy, even though the subject matter, the topic, it's difficult. And it's a biography of George Takei's life. It starts when he's a little kid and he and his family are sent to one of the internment camps, and then when he's an adult as well. So you will see his character changing throughout the story. So here's our Libby app. Make sure you download it. It's free. You can search any books that you may want and download them for free for some time. And then they automatically get returned, so you don't have to worry about late fees. So here is George Takei books. I just already loaded it. So this is the cover page. So let me just scroll through a few of the images here. Let's start with that. So here's the first few pages. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to see. Here we go. So here are some images here. I personally prefer graphic novels that have color. This is a black and white graphic novel, but I get the point of why the author and illustrator chose these colors. It puts you in the mood of reading this graphic novel. It's in our history, so maybe that's why it's black and white. It's just like an old movie. But it also, the feeling that it gives those colors, it goes well with the graphic novel. So here are some more images. You can read sound. You will see this throughout the graphic novel. You will see this is probably a very loud banging on the doors. So these are capital letters, large font. And then throughout the graphic novel, you'll see maybe some other which are smaller font, lowercase, maybe for a quiet sound. Here are some more images. This is a very interesting image. You can see, there you go, the sadness in his eyes of George Takei. And this was one of my favorite panels here. This is a image of a TED Talk that George Takei made. And when I was reading the book, I said, is this true? Let's find out. So I Googled TED Talks, George Takei. His YouTube video was on there. I looked at it. It was very good video. I'll probably put a link on the description for this video. But the drawing here, and there's a few more drawings in the next pages, match exactly to it. They're an exact match to that video. So it was very surprising to see how well this is done. Even though what he's saying here, you cannot read it probably from the screen, but it's exactly the same thing that he's saying on that video. And you can see him here on Star Trek. Here's some more images of the TED Talk video here. So I don't want to keep going through this. I don't want to give out the ending of the book. I just highly recommend that you read this book. If you do, join us on our next events on the Book to Action. Maybe we can also start a conversation here on our social media for this book. Remember, it's available to download it on our Libby app. So you should be able to get a copy of this. If not, you can place a hold on it, and when it's ready, you can download it. So last thing, before I forget, we chose this book because for Book to Action, we needed to have a civic engagement aspect to it. And this book left us with the question of what it means to be an American. So that was the overarching question that we wanted to ask all of our participants on all of our events. So when you're reading this book, keep that in mind. And well, that's it from me. I'll put this down. And thank you for listening and watching. Keep checking our website and our social media for more information about the library, and live long and prosper. Have a great night.